Hey, what's up, you guys? FilmFan0599 here again. Welcome back to the Universe of the BlueTubers. And today on Universe of the BlueTubers, I'm going to be reviewing Lorde Melodrama. So Lorde Melodrama is a 2017 released album, and it is the second studio album from New Zealand singer Lorde. Now, Lorde is a very interesting artist, in my opinion. I think she is the best female singer working today, and she's definitely in my top 5 best singers working today in general. And she's just really great. She's a really great musician. She has a beautiful voice, and I really loved her debut album, Pure Heroine. I thought that was a fantastic debut album. That was definitely one of the best of 2013. It was such a great album. So I was waiting pretty anxiously to see, what she could do next. And, we got this new one. We got this new album, Melodrama, and it's quite excellent. I quite loved Melodrama a lot. I think it's a pretty great album. I did enjoy Melodrama. It is a great album, in my opinion. So let's get into why I think Melodrama is such a great album. First being, I do think the production on it is very great. It definitely has a kind of a different vibe from Pure Heroine. This is more, I want to say, this is more kind of, I don't want to say really laid back, but this is more, kind of calm and chilling a little bit more. And, the themes that go along with this album are about, partying and trying to get over an ex and not trying to feel alone. That's really what the themes of this album are about and, kind of follow along with in this album. And I did think they did a pretty solid job of that. The themes worked in a lot of the songs, in my opinion. I did quite enjoy them a lot. I felt Lorde did an absolutely fantastic job with her vocals on this thing. She did really great. She really has such a great voice, and she really does put that to use a lot in her music, and it definitely shows in this album a lot that, she really puts a lot of work and puts a lot of passion into her music. And I really appreciate that a lot with her. And she really does a great job with that in this album. And she does such a fantastic job, in my opinion. So, yeah, I thought she did a great job with the vocal work, the instrumentation to a lot of these songs / the beats. They're quite great as well. I love, the instrumentation and the beats with these songs. They're really great for the most part. I really do think they're really great. And some of the songs on here, let's talk about some of the songs on here. Like, first song I'm going to mention is Liability. This was the second single that was released off this album, and I quite love this track a lot. It's a very, very, very different track from what she usually does. There's more piano ballad, and it's much more, slower and much more softer, if you want to say. And it was fantastic. I absolutely love Liability. It's such a great song, in my opinion. It really is. And her voice really works with kind of the more softer piano ballad. It really works. Like, the piano really adds a lot to this song to me. It really does. And just her vocals are really great on this song. She really does a fantastic job. And the lyrics are really great to this song too. It's just a fantastic song. It definitely is one of my favorites off of this album, and I just love it a lot. It's such a great tune. I definitely love Liability a lot. Another one that I do love a lot is Supercut. Supercut is a great, great song. That's talking about really, like, looking back at kind of good and bad memories of a relationship, sort of. And it's really great. It's a really great song. I love it a lot. I think the lyrics are just great to that song. It's kind of, I don't know if I want to say upbeat, really, but, has a really upbeat beat to it as well, like, especially when you get to the pre-chorus of the song, which I love the pre-chorus to this song, where, she goes, in your car, the radio up, and, like, the beat that's playing along with that is really great, and I love that beat a lot, especially when they go back to the pre-chorus and, like, the second time in the song, like, it will stop, like, she'll go, in your car, the radio up, and it will stop, and it works so perfectly with that song. It's really great. I love Supercut a lot. It's definitely one of the ones I've gone back to the most on this album. It's really, really great. Probably my favorite track on this album is, the Louvre. The Louvre, I believe that's how you say it, the Louvre. It's really great, that song, especially that opening, like rough guitar, like like when you just hear that in the beginning, like it's so great. And I love the chorus to this song where, you know, boom boom, make it go boom boom boom, and make them all dance to it. And just that hypnotic beat that goes along with that song is really fantastic. I absolutely love kind of the hypnotic beat that goes along with that chorus. It's just so great, and Lorde's vocals are really great on that song as well, and it's just really fantastic. And I love the lyrics to that song as well. It's a really fantastic song. It's definitely the song out of anything on this album that I've gone back to the most. It's so great. It's by far my favorite track off of this album. Some other ones that I really love a lot too are like Homemade Dynamite, or, you know, what's it called, Rider in the Dark. Those are some other great ones that I do enjoy a lot, especially Rider in the Dark, another kind of piano ballad song. And it's really great. That one has some really great lyrics to it as well. I did like Sober, like both of the Sober songs, like Sober and Sober 2 Melodrama. Like, those were good too. I did enjoy those. So yeah, this album does, and Perfect Places is a kind of a good little, you know, ending track to the album. I thought that ended the album pretty nicely. So yeah, I will say I did enjoy most of the songs off of this album. They are really great, especially the Louvre, Supercut, and Liability. Like, if I did like a top 3, those would be like the ones that I definitely have gone back to the most. I really love those songs a lot. And Homemade Dynamite and Rider in the Dark are quite great as well. So yeah, and yeah, I really liked a lot of the songs off of this, so yeah. Now, the only songs I really didn't care for off of this album were Greenlight and Hard Feelings / Loveless. First with Greenlight, I've tried listening to the song so many times. When it first came out, I didn't care for it. I thought it was kind of bland, in my opinion, and even going back to it some more, I still thought the same thing. And even listening to this album, I still thought the same thing, honestly. Like, it's kind of a weak opening track, really. It really is. You know, it's not a bad track by any means, but it's just, like, just the lyrics are fine to it, and especially, like, what really doesn't work with that song is kind of like, you know, I'm going for that green light, I want it, or something like that, when, you know, when I guess the background vocals are singing. Like, I thought it really did not work with the song. It's just an alright song, in my opinion. I just don't really care for it all that much. And Hard Feelings / Loveless, which is like kind of a combined track. Like, it's literally like 2 songs put into one. It's a combined track. It's alright as well. Like, I found Hard Feelings to be really boring, to be honest. I found that to be kind of a really boring and bland track. And Loveless had a cool, like, beat to it. Like, you know, when you hear this is my favorite videotape, this is my favorite videotape, when you hear that at first, it's like, okay, I can see where this is going. And then Lorde starts singing, and really her vocals don't really work with that song, in my opinion. It's not a bad song, just like with Greenlight. It's not a bad song, but I just didn't necessarily really care for it. But overall, I do think Lorde Melodrama is a pretty great album. I think I still prefer Pure Heroine just a little bit more, but I do think this is quite a great album, and I definitely think you should all give it a listen. So aside from my official rating on Lorde Melodrama, my official rating on Lorde Melodrama is a 4 out of 5. It's definitely a great album. I quite enjoyed it a lot. I definitely have come back to it, and it's definitely been sticking in my mind ever since listening to it. It is a great album. Lorde continuously proves why she is the best singer working, the best female singer working today, and just one of the best singers working today in general. She's so fantastic, and this album definitely proves that. So yeah, I loved Melodrama a lot. Definitely a fantastic album. Definitely deserves a 4 out of 5. So, if you have listened to Lorde Melodrama, what did you think of it? Leave in the comment section below. Now, I'm FilmFan0599, and we will see you out later. Peace.